What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. NBA. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Detroit Pistons, Game 7. This is part of the second round of the NBA playoffs. Series is tied 3-3. Whoever wins this game will win the series and move on to the next round. The Cavs have a 29.4% chance to win. The Pistons have a 7.6% chance to win. This is at Detroit. For injuries, for the Cavs, Nance Jr. is a game time decision. First stats, the Cavs have more points per game. Pistons have a higher field goal percentage and more rebounds per game. Uh, Cavs have more assists per game. Pistons have more blocks per game and steals per game. These stats are pretty close, so I think home field advantage will be a big thing here. So I think the Pistons will beat the Cavaliers tomorrow to win the series and move on to the next round. MLB. Philadelphia Phillies versus Pittsburgh Pirates. Phillies have a 36.1% chance to win. The Pirates have a 63.9% chance to win. This is at Pittsburgh. First starting pitchers for the Phillies, Zach Wheeler has a career ERA of 3.27, WHIP of 1.13. And for the Pirates, Paul Skeens has a career ERA of 1.97, the WHIP of 0.91. So that's a really good pitching for both teams. Um, definite advantage for the Pirates. So with injuries for the Phillies, Kean Anthony and Reem Pinto are on 7-day IL. Zach Pop and Kyle Backus is on 15-day IL. And Max Lazar is on 6-day IL. For the Pirates, Jake Mangum and Joey Bart are on 10-day IL. Donovan Fletcher is on 7-day IL. And Chris Davinsky is on 15-day IL. And Jared Jones is on 60-day IL. For stats, Pirates have a higher batting average, more runs, hits. Phillies have more home runs. Pirates have a higher on base percentage, slugging percentage. Phillies have a higher ERA, more walks plus hits per innings pitched. Pirates have more walks. Phillies have more strikeouts and a higher opponent batting average. So with these stats, the Pirates have a 42 more runs, 31 more hits. So it's a definite batting advantage for the Pirates. And Pirates have a 26 more walks, while Phillies have a 33 more strikeouts. So it's definitely pitching advantage for the Phillies. So those will offset a little bit. So with the starting pitching and the home field advantage, I think the Pirates will beat the Phillies tomorrow. Cincinnati Reds versus Cleveland. The Reds have a 35.7% chance to win. Cleveland's 64.3% chance to win. This is at Cleveland. For starting pitchers for the Reds, Bray Singer has a career ERA of 4.3, WHIP of 1.33. And for Cleveland, Gavin Williams has a career ERA of 3.57, WHIP of 1.27. So, yeah, that's good pitching for Williams. Not really good pitching for Singer, so it's definite starting pitching advantage for Cleveland. So for injuries for the Reds, Caleb Ferguson, Rhett Lauder on 15-day IL, Josh DeMounts on 7-day IL, Eugenio Suarez is on 10-day IL, and Connor Burns is on 60-day IL. For Cleveland, Gabriel Arias is on 10-day IL, Sean Armstrong and Andrew Walters are on 15-day IL, Carlos Hernandez is on 60-day IL. For stats, Cleveland's a higher batting average, Reds have more runs, Cleveland has more hits, Reds have more home runs, Cleveland has a higher on base percentage, Reds have a higher slugging percentage, higher ERA, more walks plus hits per innings pitched. Uh, More walks. Cleveland has more strikeouts. Reds have a higher opponent batting average. So with these stats, so Reds have 16 more home runs than Cleveland. So that points to obviously a batting average for the Reds, and for pitching, Reds have 54 more walks, while Cleveland has 76 more strikeouts. So it points to pitching advantage for Cleveland. So yeah, so with that advantage, then the start and including the starting pitching advantage, then the home field advantage, I think Cleveland will beat the Reds tomorrow. Chicago Cubs versus Chicago White Sox. The Cubs have a 58.5% chance to win. The White Sox have a 41.5% chance to win. This is at Chicago, but they're both located there. But this is Cubs country. I think the Cubs have the home field advantage. So for starting pitchers for the Cubs, Colin Ree has a career ERA of 4.43, WHIP of 1.28, and for the White Sox, Eric Fed has a career ERA of 4.88, WHIP of 1.42. So yeah, that's not really good pitching for either team. Not really seeing a difference here. For injuries for the Cubs, Jackson Wiggins is on 7-day IL. Caleb Thielbar, Matthew Boyd, Riley Martin, they're on 15-day IL. And Jeff Brigham's on 60-day IL. For the White Sox, Austin Hayes, Everson Pereira, Kyle Teal are on 10-day IL. Kai Bush and Drew Thorpe are on 60-day IL. For stats, Cubs have a higher batting average, more runs, hits. White Sox have more home runs. Cubs have a higher on base percentage, slugging percentage. Sox have a higher ERA, more walks plus hits per innings pitched, more walks. The Cubs have more strikeouts, and Sox have a higher opponent batting average. So with these stats, Cubs have a 36 more runs, 40 more hits. So it points to a definite batting advantage for the Cubs. And for pitching, the Sox have a 45 more walks, and the Cubs have a 15 more, 16 more strikeouts. So it's definitely pitching advantage for the Cubs. So with those stats and what I think will be the home field advantage, I think the Cubs will beat the White Sox tomorrow. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.